Hi everyone. In this video, I will discuss why racial inequality is bad for everyone. At the end of the video, I will give an action item that you as an investor can take to improve racial equality. I'm going to give 3 points found in the book Unbound, how inequality constricts our economy and what we can do about it. This book was written by the renowned economist Heather Bushy. Point 1. Wealth inequality obstructs the supply of talent, ideas, and capital as wealthy families monopolize the best educational, social, and economic opportunities. Point 2. Wealth inequality subverts private competition and public investment. Powerful corporations muscle competitors out of business, in the process costing consumers, suppressing wages, and hobbling innovation. At the same time, governments underfund key public goods that make the American dream possible. These public goods include schools, transportation infrastructure, information and communication technology networks. The third point is that wealth inequality distorts consumer demand, as stagnant wages and meager workplace benefits rob ordinary people of buying power. This pushes the economy towards financial instability. The Washington Post published 14 charts which showed the depth of the economic gap between Black and white Americans. The charts also show how little the gap has changed in decades. This first graph shows how white wealth has skyrocketed since the 1950s, while Black wealth has struggled to increase. You can see in the graphic that in 1960, the median household wealth for white households was about $52,000. By 2016, that median household wealth is about $150,000. For Black families, in the 1960s, the median household wealth was about $5,000. 2016, that median household wealth is only at $13,000. The second graph looks at Black and white wealth at every educational level. Some people could say that some of the wealth comes from lack of education by Black Americans, but this graph demonstrates otherwise. White Americans with a household diploma earn approximately 10 times what a Black American with a household diploma earns. And you can see the dramatic difference that even when Black Americans have a bachelor's degree or a master's or PhD, the difference in income is huge. White Americans earn dramatically more than Black Americans, even if they have the same education level. One of the many complex reasons for the wealth gap between white and Black Americans is the challenge that Black Americans face in getting and keeping well-paid jobs. In one study, white names received 50% more callbacks for interviews. Among workers who worked full-time for the entire year in 2018, Black women earned 61.9 cents for every dollar that white men earned. In comparison, Black men earned 70.2 cents for every dollar earned by white men. So we have seen that wealth inequality can hinder our economy because of the lack of innovation. So what happens if we bring this down to a corporate level? If we increase racial diversity, what happens? A McKinsey study found that ethnically diverse corporations are 35% more likely to outperform those corporations in the bottom quartile of diversity. A BCG study of 1,700 corporations found that diversity in management translated to an increase in innovation. Innovation revenue of corporations with diverse management was 19% higher than that of corporations with below average leadership diversity. Therefore, these two studies have found that if we increase racial diversity in companies, we increase innovation and we increase our financial performance. If increased racial diversity shows that corporations are more likely to perform well, the diversity of companies should be looked at as a metric for helping to predict the financial performance of a company. So are corporations reporting about their racial diversity? In a 2019 study by a company called Refinitiv, 3,652 corporations around the world were analyzed in terms of measuring diversity and inclusion. The study found that only 31% of corporations report on board diversity, and only 17% of corporations report on diversity and opportunity targets. For the sake of our economy, for improving financial performance of the companies that we invest in, and for being on the right side of history, we as investors must hold corporations accountable for increasing racial diversity and providing equal pay for all. We should contact our fund managers and the companies we invest in. We should demand that fund managers commit to asking corporations to disclose data about racial diversity and pay metrics. In the comments of this video, I will add a link that has a sample letter that you can send to your fund manager, and that can be the manager of your 401k, of your mutual funds, ETFs, or any other funds that you might hold. If you appreciated this video, please like it and follow the Yield Positive YouTube channel. You can also visit our website at yieldpositive.com and follow us on social media at yield_positive.